Just want to do a little video show off this KDX200 that I just got, that I'm going to try and do some hair scramble races on this year. Originally had a 2013 CRF 250R. It was pretty well built, but it was built for motocross or arena cross more than it was for hair scrambles. I had ran 2 hair scrambles on it last year. Had the bike about 3 years, did mostly woods riding with it, and it was a great bike, fuel injected, 4-stroke power. I don't know if the motor was built or not, but it was very fast for a 250 in my opinion. Really liked the bike, but I was ready for something different this year, give something else a try. Kind of started looking at the KDXs, kind of fell in love with them a little bit. They've been around for a really long time. They're a dedicated woods bike. I've had YZ125 whenever I was younger, and I love that small bore 2-stroke, very snappy, just a lot. They feel light. They're not necessarily a lot lighter in weight, but they feel really light, and I'm hoping I get the same kind of effect with a bit more low-end grunt out of this 200 KDX. Everything I've seen says that they're great woods bikes, that they're extremely reliable, that they last forever. I'm hoping that's the case with this one. So I traded my CRF 250R for this KDX 200. It is a 1996, which just through a little bit of research I found out was the only year that the 200 had the purple gas tank. And then it also had purple shrouds from the factory. These are green, so obviously it's been changed at some point. The 97 220 had the purple gas tank as well. So pretty cool bike. Like I said, I've really kind of fell in love with them. I think they're cool. They're old. I'm not looking to, go out and become a professional racing hair scrambles by any means. So I'm just looking more for having the fun aspect of it. And in doing that, I wanted to find a bike that was more suited for the woods. This has got a 6-speed transmission in it. The gearing's quite a bit different than a motocross bike. So in theory, it should be able to, I could pretty much only ride in 1st or 2nd gear the whole time on the 250 Honda, and it was great, had a lot of power, but there just wasn't a lot of range, and I felt a lot of times where I would be in 1st or 2nd gear wanting to shift up. I would shift up and it would almost kill the bike instantly. And so I would have to shift back down, and then I was at the top of the power, and it was very difficult to race that way. The other issue with it was it was kickstart, and even though it was fuel injected and it did start great, it did not start great consistently. Sometimes the last race I had, all the other rows taken off in front of me, the bike started up first kick every time, and then it got to my row to leave, and I think I kicked it 5 or 6 times, which doesn't sound that crazy until you're sitting there and the whole rest of the line leaves you, and you're sitting there kicking, finally started up, and I mean, literally they're gone. They're 50 feet in front of me is the furthest guy back. So that quick start, it was extremely dusty. I'm not, like I said, not trying to do this professionally, but whenever you're out there, you're trying to be competitive, and it just was not competitive for what I was trying to do with it. As a motocross bike, the thing probably screams, but I was ready for something new, so picked up this KDX, pretty excited about it. All right, so some of the stuff that this thing has on it from Aftermarket, obviously you can see the graphics kit that's on it. One of the things that I think looks really cool is this green, purple, and white seat. It's a Guts Racing seat with the ribs on it. My last bike had those ribs. I really like them. Personal preference kind of thing. I think that they definitely help. You can feel your seat a little better. It's got the FMF gnarly Gold Series pipe. It's got a little dent in it, but nothing too bad. So that adds a good bit of performance. And then it actually has a Pro Circuit silencer on it. The guy that had it before me cut it down, which I'm actually a fan of. It does make it what I feel is probably a good bit louder, but I just like the look of it better. Usually from, the ones I've seen, they're sticking way out here. So I could see that getting broke off pretty easy. Something else he had done, he kind of talked to me about whenever I was trading with him, is he moved the brake reservoir. He moved it from down here for the rear brake where the brackets are for it. He said he kept on kicking it off. And he moved it way up high, which I mean, it is what it is. If he was having problems with it, then more power to him, and I'm going to leave it alone because the back brakes work. So we'll leave it how it sits. It had just a flat number plate on it. I had this Polysport headlight sitting around. I think it's pretty ugly, but it's better looking than what the flat white plate was, because it was like, I don't know if it was an Amazon special or it was very generic, and it was very, it just made the front of the bike look even funnier. Not that this one does it a lot of help, but I think it looks better. Biggest thing that it has on it, you know, aftermarket bars and stuff, that's great, but it's got this Electron carb, which is super cool. You know, seeing them all over. Coolest thing that you know, stupid stuff, but the clear float bowl on the bottom. I don't know if you can see it real good, but we're gonna turn the gas on here. You can watch this thing fill up. And there it is, totally full. Pre-mix, ready to go. So pretty excited about that. This thing starts great, runs great. It's freezing cold. I think it's 4 degrees this morning. I don't know if you can hear it or if you saw it, but I got the heater going in the garage here. So we're gonna go ahead and give this bad boy a few kicks, get it fired up, let that 2-stroke scream. But yeah, it's freezing cold and not much riding going on. Hopefully better weather to come, but figured I'd do a short little video just kind of showing off the new bike. All right, we're gonna try and start this thing. Like I said, it is very cold. It's probably 20 degrees out right now at best. Should choke some. So anyway, like I was saying, this is the new bike. This is what I'm going to try and race and do some riding on and stuff this year. Try and do a little video on and make a little YouTube channel out of the deal. Been wanting to do it for a while, so I'm going to give it a shot. Let me know what you think. Like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff all the YouTubers say. You know, I'd really appreciate it. And, you know, let me know what you think about trading in a fairly new bike for something that's quite a bit older. Hopefully get an action camera of some kind here soon and be able to get some GoPro or action footage, helmet cam video of riding and racing, things like that. Like I said, it's been freezing cold. We haven't been able to ride really lately. Gonna go out next weekend and kind of shake it down, see what it needs. I know for sure it needs fork seals, shock seal. But other than that, it seems to be pretty put together and pretty well solid bike. So I'm pretty excited for it. Hopefully gonna be a good year racing and riding and all the fun stuff. So let me know what you think. Thanks.